So for me, I believe for humanity, a plant-based diet is the way forward. But
children crying, saying, "Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright."
hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're watching for the first time, thanks so much for joining me, and thanks to all the viewers and subscribers. Now, today I'm going to talk about, or just share my thoughts really, on the vegan, vegetarian, plant-based diet from a meat eater's point of view. I thought I'd share this because of my own journey. I did at one point decide to stop eating meat. I was actually inspired by this woman I saw on YouTube, and she was in her 70s, and she looked remarkable, and she looked like she was about 40, and she basically ate a raw diet. So it was like vegetable. She grew everything herself. And so I thought, oh, I'll have a bit of that. I'll try that. I mean, if you'd have ever seen her husband, I mean, he did look over 70. And, he'd sort of watched her on this diet but didn't partake in it. Now, if it was the food, the vegetables that she was eating, I'm sure it wasn't the ones that we get from the shelves in the shops. Anyway, it could have been because, she could have youthful genes as well, because there are some people that they're not on a vegetarian, vegan, plant-based diet, and they've got young genes, so it could be genetic. So for me, myself, I was trying to do it gradually. So I had a load of meat in my freezer and thought, I'm not going to waste it. So what I'll do is cut down on the meat. So that's what I did. Gradually cut down over a period of, I'd say, 6 or so months, maybe a bit more, about 6 to 8 months. Now, during that period, I was watching, I used to follow this guy, Yaki, Y-A-K-H-I, who did alkaline diet. And it was curing people of cancer. Well, people were being cured of cancer, with just juicing and that. So I did do the alkaline diet for 3 weeks, just ate raw food. I think I had a couple of soups that were hot. But for most of it, I was just eating the raw meat, the vegetables and things, and fruits, juicing them. And I'll tell you this, I suffered with a build-up of mucus, sneezing, blowing my nose. It would affect me mainly in the morning, terribly. It would affect me really badly in the morning. And at night, I'd have it again, these bouts of sneezing. Now, he talked about how that was related to, dairy, meat and all that. So after it was a day or two, of this alkaline diet, it had completely cleared. I never had a problem. And so I did the 3 weeks, and I've not had the problem since. So it cured it. A little blow now and again, but nothing to the extent of what it was. So it did work, and I did buy and try to buy organic food. So this is going on now to, me going vegetarian and moving on to vegan or plant-based diet. And I got quite sick. I mean, I tried to stick to organic food and, the fruits, the veg. I went totally organic. And I found the crave for meat was still there, but I was just determined that I'm going to stop eating meat. Because there is a lot of hype on it, and a lot of people are going vegetarian and plant-based, and it's about killing animals and stuff. So I thought, I'm going to try this, and I found that I was becoming quite sick. In fact, extremely sick. I was really ill. And then the one day, my youngest son, he called me to say, because I think they were getting concerned because I was losing so much weight, and called me because he was concerned that I was doing it too quickly. And also, someone that we knew that I don't even think they were in their 40s had become vegetarian. Now, I don't know if there were any other comorbidities, but they'd passed away, they died. And it was like I needed to hear that. I mean, I didn't need to hear it, but, in terms of my own well-being, that was the thing that made me think, no, Denise, you need to go back to the meat because you're not feeling well. So I did go back to eating meat, and my health did start to improve quite quickly. So it made me think as well, the Bible, let me even quote it. In Romans chapter 14, verse 17, it says in the contemporary English version, God's kingdom isn't about eating and drinking. It's about pleasing God, about living in peace, and about true happiness. And all this comes from the Holy Spirit. So I've started to take note of what my body eats, what my body needs, And I remember listening to another man, and he was largely vegan, plant-based, but he said sometimes his body will say, I need some beef, and he'll have a slice of steak. And his body feels better because we know beef gives you a bit of vitamin B12. And especially if it's, because you were saying, let it be grass-fed. And when you think about it, they're not, when you're raising cows, they don't use any pesticides or, anything, no chemicals on the grass. So to me, eating some beef or goat, or not the chickens because they use the pellets, unless they are naturally grown, is healthier in this era, this age that we're living in. And in my last video, and it was talking about, I was talking to a farmer, and that's what they use largely, it's chemicals. So a lot of what we're actually eating and thinking that it's pure and it's good for us is genetically modified. I mean, seedless grapes are so popular. Oranges, you tell people over here that oranges in the UK, you can hardly find them with seeds. They're going, what? No, so they're not natural. So for me, now I realise, Denise, listen to your body. If your body wants the thing, have it. If it doesn't want it, don't have it. Your body speaks to you. So I've known, people, and I've heard about people that have been healed from cancer on a vegetarian diet or plant-based. I remember listening to a woman, and she was in her 70s, and she said God had told her to go back to the Genesis diet, and that was plant-based, and the cancer shrunk, so she was totally healed. Again, I know of somebody else, and their partner had died of cancer, and I was saying it's a shame they didn't know about Yaki, Dr. Seb, the alkaline diet, and they said they did. They was following them for years, felt that it did help, but at the end of the day, cancer still took their life. So the chemicals, it comes back to the chemicals that are in the the plants are being sprayed with. It's not good for us, not at all. So for me, I believe for humanity, a plant-based diet is the way forward. But there is a but. I don't think it's necessarily going to be in this lifetime. Not at all. I think it's something that mankind is going to evolve into. And I say that because, even in the Bible, when it talks about Jesus feeding the 5,000, what did he use? 5 loaves and two fish. So why would Jesus use fish if it was wrong to eat meat? Jesus isn't going to promote something that is not good for us. So that's flesh. Fish is flesh. So I think for the age that we're living in, because it has been something that has gone on for lifetime after lifetime, so on a deep cellular level, that is just our makeup. But there are some people that are more evolved than others in that area. So you've got like families of plant-based that, the parents have been plant-based, the children have come plant-based, and their children, the grandchildren. So generationally, that's what they eat. That's what their body is accustomed to. And I believe that in that area, they are more evolved. That's my opinion. That's my view. Will I go back to a plant-based diet? I don't. In this lifetime, I don't think so. Because like I said, I've done it and I became sick. So my body was saying, no, this isn't for you. You're not ready for it. So for me, and somebody was saying, you always go with the latest fads. It's like you try this, you try that. Yes, I do. Otherwise, life would be so dead and so boring. I believe I'm on an adventure here, and I'll try out different things. If they suit me, I go with it. If they don't, I drop it, I leave it. Because it's all about liberty, it's all about being free, and that's my journey to freedom. So I don't get all et up now about, diets and stuff. Try to eat healthy, and I will be doing my own little organic growing. And true organic, you need the heirloom seeds and, pesticide free. So even when they're telling you it's organic, they're still using the chemicals, the pesticides, maybe not as much, but they're still using it. So if you're truly organic, and I believe that you can do it in Jamaica, you've got the sunshine, you've got the climate for it, and you can. I believe you can. I'm certainly going to try it and try and grow stuff. I mean, I did have a load of heirloom seeds, but they've expired now. So eventually I will, because that's it. God says he'll give us seeds, and once you've got the heirloom and you can keep getting seeds off them, that's it for life. You never have to buy any more of that particular food. So yeah, that's my goal. That's what I want to do. So, do I always eat healthy? I eat absolutely anything except for pork. And I don't like seafood either, like crabs and shrimps, lobster, that kind of thing. I don't eat. But you're free to choose and eat what you want to eat. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And I don't think it's any of our right to say to somebody else, well, I don't think you should be a vegetarian or you should be plant-based, because of, yada, yada, yada. And vice versa. People that eat meat shouldn't be made to feel guilty. It's each to their own. Each has their own choice. Each is on their own journey. So, yeah, and, the Bible's saying it's not about eating and drinking. It's all about, pleasing God, about being happy, about being joyful, about, being nice people, nice to each other. Yeah, so if you're considering a plant-based journey, or you're on a plant-based journey and you're looking for different recipes or anything, I can suggest you check out Melanie Williams Loves. I mean, her foods, they look amazing. And, she's got a massive variety. She does meal plans. So, yeah, check her out. Melanie Williams Loves. And I'm sure you're going to see something there that you absolutely love. So, yeah, please like and subscribe. Give us some support. All right, thanks for that. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on the vegetarian, plant-based, vegan, alkaline, meat-eating diet. Well, I hope it's helped somebody, and I'll leave it there for today. So thanks ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Oh yeah, please like and subscribe and comment. Yeah, let me know what you think. All right then, take care. Bye.